Reddit by Reddit recap. Women of Reddit, what's your cringe nice guy story? Some guy messaged me online and seemed nice enough. Asked if I'd like to meet up with him. I said sure. He tells me a Starbucks between our places and said he'd see me in 30 minutes. I was like, whoa, not right now. It's 10 PM. He said okay, but he'd like to keep talking to me if it was alright. Few days later this exchange happens over Messenger. Him, hey what's up me, NM. How are you? Him, I'm good. Me, good. 5 minutes pass so I assume he was busy for a sec. Him, well if you don't have anything to say you ducking B, don't let me on and let me think that we can be together. You're nothing but a ducking anyways. Only let nice guys like me on duck you ducking. Yep, nice guy. Kept trying to hug me, like, every time he would see me, I'd never hug him back, yet he kept trying. I was a work study then, and he'd go to where I work just to see me. I'd be walking down the hallway with a professor and they'd watch this guy 5 times the size of me open his arms to hug me as I walked by him. IDK if it counts as nice guy bit, it was really cringy. A guy at a bar bought me a drink, even though I really tried to not accept it, and he asked me if I was single. I told him that I was dating someone and he took the drink back and called me an ugly okay, haha. So not a stereotypical nice guy really, but I met him at a party, gave him a ride home and after belting out Don't Stop Believing together, he asked for my number. We went on one date and texted for a week. Then Saturday morning, I woke up to 50 plus texts that started with asking what I was doing, sleeping because I worked in the morning, and went all the way up to I should just kill myself since no one wants to talk to me. I told him that was unacceptable as I had already told him I worked Saturday morning, but even if I hadn't there's no reason to text me over 50 times. If I'm not answering, I'm not answering. He whined about being so nice, and how good he was to me and blah 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 blah. Thankfully, when my friends asked why I was ignoring such a nice guy, showing them the texts was enough for them to drop it. The one that was the most upsetting was a guy who had been my friend for years, who I was close to and confided in, telling me my boyfriend at the time had cheated on me. I wanted to confront the boyfriend and this friend kept dissuading me, telling me to just drop contact with him, and trying to comfort me with physical contact. Obviously I still confronted my boyfriend. He said no such thing happened, and it turned out my friend had made it all up. I went on a first date with a guy, casual date for coffee. It wasn't terrible but it was obvious that we didn't really click that well. He did the typical nice guy stuff during the date where he talked about how he was different from other guys, knew how to treat a woman, some talking down on gym bros, etc. I ended the date pretty quickly as I wasn't really feeling it, and had just gotten off of a midnight shift so it was past my bedtime. He insisted on walking me to my car and opening the door for me. Fine, whatever. Then he hugged me, and when we went to break apart, he tried kissing me. I turned my face and he immediately got agitated, blocked me from entering my car and said what? No kiss. I'm a pretty easygoing and tolerant person but that was the first time something like that had ever happened and I immediately felt a slight bit of fear, as the guy was blocking my car and was about 6'4", so much larger than me. I immediately put on my super serious face and said no, sorry, I really need to be getting home now and luckily he moved. Took a bit of a break from dating after that. I have so many, but I just remembered this one so I'll go with it. I met this girl in a seminar I was attending. She was super nice and I really liked her, so we became friends. It was her birthday a short time later, and her boyfriend at the time arranged a party bus as a surprise party. I wasn't drinking at the time, but I figured I'd go and hang out for a while. What could go wrong? Right when I got there, one of her guy friends decided he thought I was cute. That's fine. I mean whatever. I had never met him before, so we exchanged names and the conversation pretty much stopped there. The bus gets there, we all get on, and people start getting progressively more drunk. That's fine. I like to party and being around drunk people didn't bother me. Well, this one girl got really drunk and decided she wanted to go home with me. She came and sat by me and started to get a bit handsy. So I did the butt scooch migration slowly to the other side of the seat. Other guy from before sees this, comes and sits on the other side of me, and halts my butt scooch migration. They start getting in a drunken argument over who gets to take me home. Mind you, I'm not going home with anybody, but try telling this to these two profoundly drunk people. Drunk girl figures out that if she tries to give me the world's drunkest lap dance, the drunk guy will get progressively more upset. I keep getting up and moving to different parts of this bus. Things were getting weird. We finally get back to the house and it evolves into a drunken house party. I decide it's time for me to go. I go for one final bathroom trip since it will be a long drive home. I keep getting stopped by random party goers on the way out telling me that drunk guy is very upset and I should go talk to him. I look outside and drunk guy, whom I have spoken to for all of 30 seconds ever, is sitting on the sidewalk sobbing and all his friends are around him, trying to cheer him up. Apparently, some girl he is in love with doesn't love him back. I'm told it's me. I walk outside, crouch down and apologize that he's sad. I wish him a good night. He starts to cry again. I walk to my car and leave. That was a really weird night. The whole story I kept flipping between thinking OP was male or female, gay or straight, on the edge of my seat. Woman here. Sorry, I know that wasn't obvious in the post, lol. I'm a girl, but this story is about my husband and how he caught the bad end of a nice guy. A few years before I met my husband, he decided to go to a party. He gets there and some random girl walks up to him, says you're cute and kisses him. This amused him, so he started chatting with her. While chatting, he notices a very angry, short man standing next to her. The man is scowling at my husband and it's making him uncomfortable. He can tell the guy is pissed at the attention girl is giving him, and it's just not worth it, so he stops talking to random girl, turns away, and starts walking to another room. It's at this point husband feels short man punch him in the back. When he turns around, short man is running away and actually runs out of the house and never returns to the party. Husband laughs it off, cause it wasn't even a hard punch. But then somebody notices husband is bleeding, and there is a hole in his shirt. The short ducker hadn't punched him, he stabbed him. Random girl saw this all go down and was pretty mortified. Turns out the short dude was obsessed with her. They were best friends, and he accompanied her everywhere. The knife was pretty small, so it didn't do any real damage, but he still has the scar. Edit. Okay, so this blew up while I was sleeping. A lot of people are wondering about what happened, so I finally have a moment to write up the outcome to all this. Somebody did call an ambulance. Ambulance showed up, but my husband refused to go to the hospital. He didn't want to stop partying nor pay for an ambulance ride. Plus it didn't hurt that much and he felt fine. Instead, him and a friend gauzed it up and he continued to party. Mind you, in my husband's drunken stupor he is finding this whole thing hilarious. Actually, he still finds it hilarious. When he woke up the next day he was in a bit of pain and realized he should get it checked out. So he marched down to the hospital, got checked out and fixed up, and went home. At no point did he encounter the police, so he never reported it. I work retail, and have for more than 25 years. I once, about 9 years ago, when I worked in a liquor store, had an older customer that would come in, and, I thought, play flirt with me. A lot of customers play flirted with me, so I didn't think anything of it. Plus, this guy was, like, twice my age, and I was no spring chicken. I had no idea that he seriously thought we were really flirting. Until one day, he asked me out, not in a regular way, mind you. Oh, no, he said, so, we've known each other for a while. Now, I'll just wait until you're off tonight, and then we can go out. I'll take you to expensive restaurant. I politely declined. He went ballistic. Long story short, the manager banned him from the store for life. Thank God. Best comment of the day. Just stop paying attention to them. It's literally for the best. Women just don't care. We hate having to figure out their clues on whether or not we should approach. Because believe me guys, they know it's difficult to approach, which is why they don't do it. Just politely stop complaining about it and leave them be. It is entirely useless to both complain and or try chase money. You can't love it as it is inanimate. It will make life easier, provided you're the man you need to be to get there. Then before you engage with women, treat it like anything else you want to learn and study them. After you have done your due diligence, then and only then you can possibly ponder mingling with women on a romantic level. I have to say that I'm not saying avoid women beyond being nonsensical. It's virtually impossible. Simply can't imagine the amount of inventions and breakthroughs we've missed out on due to no one outright telling men this. Get your life together, be one with yourself before you even remotely think about women. Life point altering information.